Hey everybody, what's going on? Boost Auto here. Today we're going to be installing our Chevy and GMC factory power running board light mod on 2019 and newer Silverado and Sierra trucks. Let's get into it. Introducing our factory power running board light mod that takes the lights on your factory power running boards from almost never coming on to being on when you need them the most. Fitting 2019 and newer Chevy and GMC trucks, this mod is a quick upgrade to add more functionality into your truck. From the factory, the powered running board lights on your truck only turn on when you unlock or remote start the truck. With this upgrade, your power running board lights will now come on anytime your headlights or park lights come on. You can also option for our override switch to toggle them off at any time, or leave them switched off and only toggle them on when you need the visibility. Either way, your factory running board lights are now in your control. Plus, you'll still have the factory functionality allowing your powered running board lights to be on when unlocking the truck or when remote starting. And if you're looking for a next level experience, check out our LumaStep M2. These advanced running boards offer the same auto retract and auto deploy technology as your factory boards, but with a stronger, more durable motor. Equipped with 3 times brighter LEDs offered in white, amber, or sequential switchback to upgrade your truck to the look it deserves. Just a quick note before we get into the install. The product shown in this video is for 2019 and newer Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra trucks that came with factory illuminated powered running boards. If your vehicle is a different year range, head on over to boostauto.com for the latest in fitment and availability and to purchase all we have to offer. Let's get into it. We're going to start out by removing the negative terminal on the primary battery, which can be found on the passenger side of the engine bay. If your vehicle has an auxiliary battery, go ahead and disconnect that now too.
Next, we're going to be disconnecting the passenger headlight connector. On most trucks, you're able to access the headlight connector from above. If you're not able to, then you can access the connector through the fender liner. In case you aren't able to access it from above, we'll show you how to access it from the fender liner now.
To access the headlight connector, we're going to remove 5 T15 Torx screws. Now we're going to maneuver the fender liner enough so we can get access to the headlight connector.
We're going to be accessing the main headlight connector, which is this larger connector on the back of the housing.
With access to the headlight connector, now we can disconnect it, pull back on the red tab, the connector, then push down on the connector tab to remove it completely.
Now, let's quickly go over the harness and the other options available with the Boost Auto Factory Running Board Light Mod. Looking at the harness provided in your kit, you're going to have a plug-and-play adapter that will connect to your headlight connector, a relay with an attached red wire, which we'll use if you optioned for the override switch, and then 2 harnesses that will connect to your running board light connectors. If you chose the optional override switch, you'll receive this harness. It comes with a provided toggle switch, but you can also use a factory auxiliary switch or any other 12-volt trigger. Just make sure it's a fused circuit with at least a 1 amp protection.
I've got the headlight plug-and-play adapter for my Boost Auto factory running board light modification harness. I'm going to go ahead and just drop this down towards the headlight. Take the headlight side of your plug-and-play adapter, go ahead and plug it into your headlight connector. And push in the red tab. Now take the headlight connector from the OEM harness and plug it into the plug-and-play adapter and push in the red tab. Now we're going to take our 2 running board light harnesses and run them towards the back of the engine bay and towards the running light boards. Keep in mind that one of them is much shorter and one of them is much longer. The short one's going to go to the passenger side, the long one will go to the driver's side.
We're now going to be sending the running board light harnesses down to the boards themselves. To do so, first tape them to a straightened out metal piece.
Alright, we're going to take our straightened out piece of metal with our harness taped to it and follow the top of the fender liner, just like this, to go down towards the running board.
Then go ahead and pull the harness out of the fender and untape it from the straightened out metal piece.
Now we're underneath the passenger side running board. We're right underneath the motor more specifically. I'm going to go ahead and reach up here. You'll see two connectors, one large, one small. We're going to take the smaller one that you see here, pull back on this red tab, disconnect the connector. Now I've got the Boost Auto harness in my hand. You can see the two connectors that we have here. I'm going to take the side that's a bit smaller that does not have the red tab on it. I'm going to plug it in to the connector that leads to the running board light that you see here. Go ahead and push this red tab back in. Now I'm going to take the other connector from our Boost Auto harness and plug it into the other connector that was unplugged. Push this red tab in. Then tie up any loose remaining wiring that comes from your harness. Now that the passenger side is all wired up, we're going to take the longer of the two harnesses and go over towards the driver's side. We're going to follow the OEM wiring in the back of the engine bay and then repeat the same process where we go over the fender liner down to the running board light connector.
If you didn't option for the running board light override switch, go ahead and skip to the last section of the install. If you optioned for the override switch, we're going to be starting under the dash on the passenger side. We need to remove the blower motor cover by removing these three trim clips. To get the harness into the cab, we are going to pull it through a grommet in the firewall just above this bracket. If there is an electrical module present, it needs to be uninstalled first. Lift up on the upper tabs to get them out of the way, then push down on the lower tab and pull the module out. To remove the module, slide the red tab to the side, then lift up on the white connector to disengage it. Now, feed a straightened out metal piece through the grommet and into the engine compartment. If needed, the battery can be removed to gain better access to the grommet.
Now I've got the override switch that would have came with your kit. What you're going to do is disconnect the two wires, and we're going to tape these two wires to that straightened out piece of metal, pass it back into the vehicle.
Once the wires are into the cab, you can then pass them behind the center console and over to the driver's side. Next, find a place to mount your switch and drill a 13/16 inch hole. Then connect the red wire to pin 2 and the white wire to pin 1 and push the switch into place.
Now that we've got the override switch installed in the vehicle, we're going to be back in the engine bay. You're going to have these two white wires. One's going to be longer, one's going to be shorter. We're going to cut this short white wire, tape it back, and move forward from there. Now I've got the red wire in my hand that came from the Boost Auto mod harness from the relay. What we're going to do is strip the end of this wire to expose the copper wire, and then take the other white wire, do the same thing, strip the end of this wire, and connect these two with the butt connector.
Then heat shrink the butt connectors.
From the override switch harness, we have this ring terminal and fuse that need to be connected to the positive battery terminal. So we're going to take off this fuse cover and then find a place to install our ring terminal. We've got these two tabs here. I'm going to depress these two tabs, lift up. I'm going to install my ring terminal on this post right here. Take a 13mm socket to it.
Then realign the cover and snap it in place. With all the wiring complete, we can start to put things back together, starting in the cab with the blower motor cover. Next, we can reposition the wheel well liner and reinstall the 5 T15 Torx screws.
And now we'll reinstall our negative terminal on our primary battery. If you've got an auxiliary battery, reinstall that negative terminal too.
At this point, you can also secure any loose wires and harnesses.
Well, that about wraps it up for the installation of our Chevy and GMC factory-powered running board light modification installation on our 2019 and newer Silverados and Sierras. If you're a fan of that modification, head on over to boostauto.com to check out all the latest we have to offer for your build today, such as these cab lights or these illuminated door handles. Once again, thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you on the next one. The products shown in this video and so much more can be purchased on our website at boostauto.com. We're proud to offer a wide variety of products, parts, and accessories for your truck or SUV that will take your build to the next level. To watch videos like this one and to find out about our newest innovative products for your vehicle, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all for now. We'll catch you on the next one.